Is belief in the afterlife logical? Frankly, that depends a bit on which afterlife you believe in, because not every afterlife is logical. For instance, let's take a look at ancient Egypt. The concept of heaven in ancient Egypt goes like this. You die, and then you pass through a 12-stage purgatory. After all the trials, tortures, and stages, your soul is finally weighed. Every single sin and good deed written down is measured. If you deserve to go to heaven, you head to a reedy area called Aru, the field of reeds. And what's there? You go and build yourself a house, a literal single-story village house. Whether you build it out of mud brick or dung, that's up to you. You live there with your wife and child. You reap what you sow. You just live out your days in peace. No taxes, no rent. That's it. No servants, no houris, no angels or palaces. Just a self-sufficient village life. That's what these guys believed heaven was. Imagine how miserable their lives on earth must have been. To me, it makes no sense at all. Their concept of hell is pretty much the same, just being eaten by a few monsters and ceasing to exist. There's no such thing as burning for eternity. You've already died once, and you just die completely one more time, that's all. You look at other beliefs, and they describe completely different afterlives. Take Mesopotamia and Babylon, for example. There's no such thing as an afterlife there, man. Once you die, you just keep wandering around as a spirit. For 7 generations, meaning until your descendants are wiped out, about 150 to 200 years, you roam around in nature. You help your grandchildren. You protect them from enemies and wild animals. Over time, you'll lose your consciousness too, and after 7 generations, you'll completely blend into nature. You might as well not even exist. Like, what am I supposed to do with an afterlife like that? These guys literally said, don't worry about leaving things behind. You'll be the one watching over them when you die anyway. There's this place called the House of Song that's supposed to be heaven, but it doesn't seem like heaven at all. Then there's the House of Pain Lies, which is very similar to the Islamic concept of hell. But when you look at the layers of hell, if someone committed adultery, they are hung by their breasts with hooks and flayed for all eternity. If they slandered someone, their head gets crushed with a rock forever. If they stole, their arms get chopped off. They chop them off. They grow back, and they chop them off again. Quite an interesting fantasy. You look at Judaism, and right up until the time of the Persian Empire, around the 400s BC, they practically had no concept of an afterlife. They mention a pitch-black underworld called Sheol, but there are no details. You die, and you go there. Is there a reward? Is there punishment? Nobody knows. Later on, in the Talmud, they started talking about the Battle of Armageddon and establishing a kingdom of heaven on earth. Right on its heels came Christianity, taking this and expanding it a bit more. The place they call hell is a bottomless pit of flames, but again, there aren't many details. Actually, according to the book of Revelation, after the apocalypse, even the devil himself is thrown into the pit of fire for 1,000 years. I mean, if even Satan gets to burn for 1,000 years and get out, why are we burning for all eternity? You look at heaven, it's sitting down and having a meal with Jesus. Why would I eat with one guy for all eternity? It might be fun at first, but it gets old after a while. Then came Islam, and it provided an unbelievable amount of detail. Red-hot hooks through the heels, replacing burnt skin with new skin, purulent zakum trees, poisons, garlic mayonnaise, thorny sauces. You look at heaven, and there is so much for men. The list goes on and on. For women, there's absolutely nothing. I'm just glad I'm not a woman. In conclusion, is the afterlife logical? Like I said, it depends on the afterlife. Even within a single religion, there are 1,000 different interpretations. Hadiths, sects, spiritualism, karma, reincarnation, Sufism. It's an endless ocean you just can't navigate your way out of. In my opinion, the afterlife is simply a utopia people have constructed in their own minds. They created it out of the hope of experiencing the beauties they couldn't enjoy in this world in another life, as a way to deter people from committing evil deeds, or simply because they find the idea of sins going unpunished completely illogical. So, just live your life without worrying about other worlds.